What's up, guys? It's CM back again with another Advent Calendar video. Day 22, only two more after this. Potentially three if they do something on Christmas Day, but we will see. So, today we have another Russian heavy tank. Wowee! Okay, except it's this time it's the 252U, so actually it's kind of different from the last Russian heavy that we had. So, last time we had the Object 703 version 2 when we had a Russian heavy, so this and the 703 has been split up by the Lorraine in between. But anyway, Object 252U, this thing has been in the game for a good few years now. What, 2017 that this was brought in? So, good number of years. And this thing is still really, really strong. Still pretty nuts. And particularly in the armor department. So, we'll get to that in a moment. So I'm going to just start with the gun. 122mm gun with 440 alpha for AP and APCR, 225 AP pen, 265 APCR, your HE, 68mm of pen for 530 alpha damage. You don't have a particularly great rate of fire, but it's 440 alpha damage at tier 8 with decent pen, so what do you expect? And gun is hella derpy and takes a while to aim. It's not meant to snipe. It's meant to be in people's faces, slapping them for 440. The armor. The armor is pretty nuts. So, if we start with the turret, so 250 is the thickest raw thickness on the turret front, but you can see just the kind of shape that it is. It's a similar kind of shape to the IS-6 turret, but with some extra heavy angling going on the sides, and the rear is not quite as flat either. And even like the gun mantlet is, it's more truly this the little bits next to it are a little more smaller, hard to hit. So they're not like yeah. There's a tiny little flat bit here, but you're never gonna hit that. So yeah, really strong turret front, and even then, good luck actually penning it. You do have a couple of cupolas, but they are quite small. People generally are not going to hit these unless they're up close, and even then, if you're pressuring them and they're going to start panicking, then that reduces the likeliness of them hitting them effectively. Especially if you start wiggling your turret and raising your gun in between reloads if you're face hugging them. So that'll help a bit as well. And then your hull is equally nuts. So let's start with the front. Upper plate is ludicrously thick as well. You're like 130 millimeters, and if you look at the angling, yeah, very reminiscent of the IS-7, very heavily angled. Yeah, no one's gonna go through that unless you're like actually sat like that below them. Yeah, really, really, really strong. Even tier 10s will bounce this all the time. Apart from maybe the Jagdpanzer and maybe some of the tier 10 TDs with premium. So yeah, very, very good upper plate. Lower plate, still pretty strong. For a lower plate, that is. Frontal, and you're talking about 200 millimeters at the thickest. If it's angled, more like 210, 215. So, yeah, pretty nice indeed. Side armor, 100 millimeters at the thickest. So that's mainly this upper side here. The lower side, I think, is a little thinner, but not by a lot. If it isn't, then good luck getting through it if they're even like at an angle like this. And on top of that, you do have a little bit of spaced armor, basically where you can see this little bar running along here. That's spaced armor as well, same on the other side. So yeah, it's looking pretty strong still, and 90 millimeters on the rear as well, just for good measure. So really, really strong armor-wise. Gun can hit hard. What's the mobility like? Well, it's not bad there either. 13.44 power to weight, although the top speed's only 35, so you could probably argue that turbo on this thing could be a meme these days. 14 in reverse, turning is reasonably quick. It's not too slow. Doesn't really have any camo because it's heavy, and your view range is only 350 meters base, so this thing is not going to be spotting for itself very much. So definitely, this is something where whenever you get the chance to, do try and get up close with your enemies, because one, the gun is hella derpy. Two, you want to be able to see them. You want to be able to keep them spotted. So that's absolutely something that you need to be doing whenever possible. Obviously, don't just YOLO them, but whenever you've got the chance, if you've got teammates who are supporting you, and you're not going to get absolutely obliterated from all sides, then yeah, maybe see what you can do with a little light W key usage, and you should have a good time. But yeah, this thing still really strong. Like, it's been in the game this long, man. Anyway, how much is this tank? This tank is selling for £30 and 90 pence right now, which if we translate that into euros, that is 36 euros and 34 euro cents. So, is it worth it? It depends on what you want. It's not the worst price I've seen this for, and this was about the same as the Lorraine in terms of price, and a little cheaper than the 703. So, if you wanted a Russian heavy premium, and the 703 was just a tiny bit out of your price range, this is a really good choice still. And it would be nice if it was cheaper, but I can definitely understand why they put it at this price. Again, when you've got something really strong, you don't necessarily want it to be rolling around in their hundreds or thousands. You don't want these overtaking the matchmaking from people who are spending money on something that's cheap for what it is, and then just stomping every single match with multiple of these. So I can justify the price. So yeah, I think that's fine. I think it's fine. If you want to buy it, cool. Enjoy your Russian Blet gun. Enjoy your insanely overpowered. It's not insanely overpowered, not by today's standards. Enjoy your very strong armor, comrade. And yeah, I can definitely say really strong tank. Price gets a thumbs up from me purely because it's justified. So yeah. Anyway, guys, see you tomorrow on the next one. And just as a note, tonight I will be streaming after work because I'm not working tomorrow. So tonight will be possibly World of Tanks, possibly Dark Souls 2 PvP, because for those of you who didn't know, all my when I'm playing World of Tanks, if I'm toxic in any way, if I'm trolling people, then that all comes from Dark Souls 2. So yeah, expect to see some Dark Souls 2 PvP moments on the Twitch channel. Link will be in the description. And yeah, see you guys tomorrow in the next video. Peace out.